So, good day, sir. My name is Delmar Di Cervo from B84A. So, let's start. Introduction. Introduction. Management is an art and science of getting things done through the effort of people. This definition is drawn from a biography of a Mary Parker Follett from 1868 to 1933, written by P. Graham. Mary Parker Follett, Mary Parker Follett, Prophet of Management from Boston Harvard Business School Press from 1995. So it means the art and science of management is using human effort to accomplish goals. And the inspiration for this term comes from uh, biography of uh, Mary Parker Follett and and Graham and from 1868 to 18 to 1938. Management Prophecy from Boston Harvard Business Press from 1995. So next, what are the managers? So first, a manager is a person responsible for planning, organizing, leading, and controlling an organization. Managers do not spend all their time managing when choreographers are dancing apart. They are not managing no or are office managers managing when they personally check out a customer credit. So that a manager is the process of planning, organizing, and controlling the basic element of an enterprise. So to achieve desired objectives. And next, some employees perform only part of the function described and managerial and to that content. They are mostly managers in limited areas. Eight managers also empower their employees to certain tasks or duties in the organization. This gives the employees remuneration and motivation to work. Therefore, they may increase the productivity of their work and give good end result. So it means managers managers are responsible for planning, organizing. So like I said, and leading and controlling an organization. But some employees perform only part of the function described as a managerial. So yeah, next. Next, empowerment. Uh, Empowerment is the process of, of enabling or authorizing an individual to think, behave, to take action, and control work and decision making into autonomous ways. In this case, managers can authorize and give power to their employees, letting them decide what is best for the organization based on its goal and objectives. An organization have different manager types and and uh, types. One is the general manager. A general manager is someone who is responsible for managing a clearly identifiable revenue producing unit, much as such as sorry, such as a store business unit or product line. General manager typically most make a decision across different uh, function and have reward tied to the performance of the example of those of thus are store operation, stock units, uh, product line marketing, etc. So it means empowerment is the process of allowing employees to think, behave, to action, and control work and decision making in autonomous way. And general manager are responsible for managing revenue producing unit and have reward tied to performance. So next, general manager. General, general manager to general manager take direction from their top executives. They must first understand the executive executive overall plan for the company. Then they set specific goals for their own departments to fit in with the plan. The general manager of production, for example, might have to increase certain product lines and phase out of others. General manager must describe their goals clearly to their support so, to their support staff. The supervisory managers see that the goals are met. So means the general manager must understand the executive's plan and set specific goals for their departments to meet it. So yeah, that's all. The next function of management. Wait. So yeah, function of management. Management has been described as a social process involving responsibility for economical and effective planning and regulation of operation of an enterprise in the fulfillment of given purposes. Next is it is a dynamic process consisting of various elements and activities. Those activities are different from operative function like marketing, finance, purchase, etc. While those activities are common to each and every manager irrespective of his level of status. So next, according to the George and Jerry, there are four functions of management, namely planning, organizing, and the actual controlling. So next, according to Henry Fayol, to manage is to for, forecast and plan, to command and control. Whereas Lodolaki Golikas, given the keyword pass the coin, where P stands for planning, P stands for planning, O for organizing, S for staffing, and D for directing, and con for controlling. Planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling is the common use and aspective function of management given by Kant and Odenau. For theoretical purposes, if it may be convenient for to separate the function of management, but practically those functions are the overlapping in nature. The functions of management are highly inseparable. Each function blends into the other, and each affects the performance of others. So overall, it means the management is a social process involving responsibility for economical and effective planning and regulation of an enterprise. So next, wait. An enterprise and management is divided into four functions. So have four function divided for four function. First is planning, organizing, and uh, staffing, directing, and controlling. So yeah. Next, the figure below shows the process of management. So first we have here planning. This planning, uh, for short, is a basic function of a management that helps to ensure proper utilization of resources and avoid confusion, uncertainties, risk and wastage, wastage, and it's an intellectual activity and help to bridge the gap between where we are and where we want to be. Then organizing. Sorry, organizing. It means it's the process of bringing together all assets to achieve organizational goals. So yeah, staffing. Staffing stands for is essential for managing an organization's structure and keeping it mind. So next, directing. Directing is the life spark of an enterprise. Setting is it's in motion of and preparing people for work. So lastly, controlling. Controlling is the process of measuring and correcting division to ensure organizational goals are achieved. So next. So roles of a manager. A manager assumes multiple roles in an organization. According to Mintzberg, there are 10 rules common to the work of all managers. As summarized in the following figure, the 10 rules divided into three groups: interpersonal, informational, and decisional. The informational rules link all the managers work together. Uh, the the interpersonal rules ensure that information is provided. The decisional rules make significant use of the information. The performance of managerial rules and the requirements of those rules can be played at different times by the same manager and to different degrees depending on the level and function of management. The 10 rules are described individuals, but they form an integrated rule. So the three interpersonal rules are primarily concerned with the interpersonal relationship in the figurehead rule. The manager represent the organization in all matters of formality. To the top level manager represents the company legally and socially to those outside on the organization. The supervisor represent the work group to higher management to the work group. In the liaison rule, the manager interact with peers and people outside the organization. The top level manager uses the Nielsen rule to gain favor information, while the supervisor uses it to maintain the routine flow of work. The leader rule defines the relationship between the manager and employee. So, the manager, the managers, the managers are the manager assume multiple roles in an organization divided into three groups. So, three groups: interpersonal, informational, and decision. The interpersonal rule ensure the informational is provided, while the decisional rule make use of the information. The next is the two most important perceptions of a manager are their level in the organizational hierarchy, and type of department or function are responsible for. So so next year, the figure below show the 10 managerial rules. So first is figurehead. As a manager, you have responsibilities. A manager is expected to be a source of inspiration. People look up to you as a person with authority, and as a figurehead. So number two, leader. This is where a manager provides leadership for your team, your department, or perhaps your entire organization, and it's where you manage the performance and the responsibilities of everyone in the group. So leader. And number three, liaison. Manager most communicate with internal and external contact. You need to be able to work effectively on behalf of your organization. So yeah, next is number four. We have here monitor. In this role, manager regularly seek out information related to your organization and industry, looking for relevant change in the environment. You also monitor your team in terms of both their productivity and their well-being. So number five, disseminator. This is where a manager communicates with potentially useful information to your colleagues and your team. And number six, spokesperson. Manager represent and speak for their organization. In this role, you're responsible for transmitting information about your organization and its goals to be people outside it. So number seven, entrepreneur. As a manager, you create you create and control change within the organization. This means solving problems, generating new ideas, and implementing them. And number eight, disturbance handler. When when organization or team hits an unexpected roadblock, it's the managers who most take charge. So number nine, resource resource allocator. It's involved allocating funding as well as assigning staff and other organization resources. So number 10, uh, negotiator. You may be needed to take a part in and direct important organization within your team, department, or organization. So number 10, that's all. The next next is um, there are three types of managerial skills. So first is technical skills. So let's start. Technical skills. Manager must have the ability to use the tools, producer, procedure, and techniques of their special areas. An accountant most have expertise in accounting principle, whereas production manager must know operation management. So that it means number one, technical skills. Uh, there are managers need to be able to use the equipment, processes, and method specific to their field. Product manager need to understand operation management, whereas accountant needs to be an expert in accounting principles. So number two, human relation skills involves the ability to work with people and understand employee motivation and group processes. These skills allow the manager to become involved with and lead this group. So involve the capacity for interpersonal interaction as well as knowledge of group dynamics and employees motivation, and this abilities enable to manager to interact with and guide his team. So number three, conceptual skills. These skills represent the manager's ability to organize and analyze information in order to improve organizational performance. They include the ability to see the organization as a whole and to understand how various parts fit together to work as an integrated unit. So the, those competence show manager capacity to arrange and evaluate data in order to boost productivity. Uh, they compress the capacity to view the business as a complete and comprehend how desired component match together to function as a cohesive wholes. So that's all. Level and the organizational hierarchy. Although each manager may have a desired set of responsibilities, the amount of time spent on each activity or process in an organization will vary considerably. The two most silent perceptions of a manager are the manager's level in the organizational hierarchy and the type of a department or function for which he is responsible. So next, in the management level, we can distinguish three levels of management, namely the top level management or the executive. So first, middle management, and the first line management, and the rank and file management. So next, the figure below shows the management level. So here the figure pyramid. First is executive management are the top of the hierarchy and are responsible for the entire organization, especially strategically and direction. So next is middle management. They they below at the middle of the hierarchy are responsible for a major department may department and supervise the other lower level management. So next is first line management. So first line management, they supervise the rank and file employees and carry out day-to-day activities within the department. So yeah. In terms of management, management has different elements to consider to reach the goals and objectives of the organization. The six of management, namely manpower, method, machine, machine, materials, market, and measurement, is always intertwined with the six of production, which has the same concept. So next, so here first manpower. Manpower refers to the refers to the function labor of people engaged into the delivery of product and service. So next, method refers to the systematic uh, process a process a business is making to reach organizational goals and objectives. So number three, machine refers to the physical asset of the business, such as their physical facilities, tools, equipment employed for managing such operation and processes. So number four, uh, material refers to the raw material, consumable, and components used to safety for product and service delivery. And number five, market refers to the target market, consumer, customers, and consumers, sorry, where the product and service to is given to. And six, lastly, measurement. And this refer the inspection, quality and quantity, checking of a product and service. It's uh, it also refers to the evaluation of performance of the asset of the business. So yun, management. All business firms will like to be successful, increase their sales and earn profit. All the manager dreams of this and try and drive to achieve their goals, but to turn those dreams into reality. Managers need to work hard in thinking about the future, in making business predictions and achieving targets. Dreams can be turned into reality only if business managers think in advance and what to do. They can think advance in what to do and how to do it. This is the essence of planning. Planning is deciding in advance what to do and how to do, as mentioned at the previous topic. So planning does involve setting objectives and developing appropriate courses of action to achieve the objectives. Objectives provide direction for all managerial decision, and action planning provides a rational approach for achieving predetermined objectives. So overall, every business overall every business will like to succeed, boost sales, and generate profit. All managers aspire to this and work tirelessly to realize their objectives. Uh, in in order to make those ambitions a reality, manager must put in a lot of effort in planning for the future, creating business project, business projection, and hitting goals. Only when business manager plan ahead for what to accomplish and how to achieve it can dreams become reality. And the core of planning in this, uh, as described as the preceding article, is the act of deciding what to do and how to do it in advance. Setting goals and uh, setting goals and creating a strategy to accomplish them as those essentials. Managerial decisions are guided by objective and action planning effort and mostly a logical based by bias. Logical basis. Sorry. That's all. Next. So importance of planning. So it's certainly important as it tells us where to go. It provides direction and reduces the risk of certainty by preparing for forecast. The major benefit and planning are given below. So number one, planning provides direction by starting and advance how work is to do is to be done. Planning provide direction for action. Planning ensure that the goals or objectives are clearly stated so that they act as a guide for deciding what action will be taken and in which direction. So by outlining and advance how work is to be accomplished, planning provides direction for action. Planning makes sure that the objectives or goals are clearly specified so that they can serve as a roadmap for chasing what course of action to pursue and in which direction. So number two, planning reduces the risk of uncertainty. Planning is an activity which enables a manager to look ahead and anticipate changes by deciding in advance to tasks to be performed. Planning shows to the way to deal with change and certain events. So planning management can look ahead and purchase change by engaging a planning planning demonstrate how to handle change and certain situation by deciding and advance what is to be done. So next, planning reduce number three, planning reduce overlapping and wasteful activities. Planning serve as the basis of coordinating the activities and effort of different division, department, and individuals. It helps in avoiding confusion and misunderstanding. So number three, it's the uh, coordinating of the action and effort of a several decision department and individual is based on planning. It's aimed in pro- preventing misunderstanding and confusion. So number four, planning promotes innovative ideas. Since planning is the first function of management, new ideas can take the shape of concrete plans. It is the most challenging activities for the management as it guides all figure action leading to growth and, and prosperity of the business. It means that since the primary task of a management is a planning, fresh concept can become a detailed blueprint, and since it direct all future action that will contribute the growth and prosperity of the business, it is the most difficult activities for the management. Sorry. So next is number five, planning facilitate decision. Planning and facility decision making. Planning helps the manager to look into the future and make a choice from among various alternative courses of action. So number five, it means uh, planning enable two management to act to take a look into the future and select one course of action from among several possible ones. So number three, uh, planning establish standard for controlling. Planning involves settings of goals. The entire managerial process in concern with accomplishing predetermined goals through planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. So, like I said, planning gives management the ability to look ahead and choose one course of action from among uh, multiple visible options. So, next, uh, future of planning. Since planning is the primary function of management, they have set their objective first. Those are businesses follow a set pattern of planning. You will be able to find some similarities in the future of planning, and what you see is real life. The planning function of the management has certain special feature pala. Those feature throw light on nature and scope. So number one, number one, planning focuses on achieving active objectives. Organizing are set up with uh, general purpose in view. Specific goals are set out in the plans along with the activities to be undertaken to achieve the goals. So it means uh, organization are created with a broad goal in mind. Plans includes detailed goals as well as action to be performed to accomplish the goal. So number two, planning is a primary function of management. Planning lays down the base of other function of management. All other managerial functions are performed within the framework of the plan's draw. So it means the function, I mean, the foundation for other management activities is laid by planning. The plan that have been drawn serve as the framework for all subquest managerial tasks. So next, number three, planning is pervasive. Planning is required at all levels of management as well as in all departments of the organization. It is not an exclusive function of top management nor near of any, uh, but the scope of planning differs at the different levels and among different departments. So number three, planning is necessary at all management level and in all organization department. It is not just the responsibility or the senior management or any other. However, the breadth of planning varies across the department and at different organizational levels. So number four, planning is planning is continuous. Plan are prepared for a specific period of time, maybe for a month or a quarter or a year. At the end of that period, there is need for a few plan to be developed on the basis of new requirement and future condition. So number four, plans created for a predetermined time frame, such as a month, quarter, or year. New plan must be created at the conclusion of that time. period in light of the new requirements and circumstances. So number six, number five, planning is a futuristic. Planning essentially involves looking ahead and preparing for the future. The purpose of planning is to make future events effectively to the best advantage of an organization. So number five, planning generally retails anticipating the future and making preparation for it. The goals of planning is to prepare an organization to respond to upcoming event in the most efficient way possible. So number six, planning involves decision making. So planning essential involves choose from among various alternatives and activities. If there is only one possible goals or possible courses action, there is no need for planning because there is no choice. So number six, there is no choice. Making decision during planning essentially means selecting from a variety of option and action. Planning is not necessary if there is just one feasible objective or course of action because there is no other option. Classified into several types depending on the use and the length of the planning period. Certain plans have a short-term horizon and helps to achieve operational goals. Those plans can be classified into single-use plan and standing plan. So here, di ko na po siya babasahin. I'm gonna go explain it to you. So, number one, single-use plan. Single-use plan is created for a one-time project or event. It is unlikely that such a course of action will be taken again in the future. The types of the project may affect how long this plan will last. It may go on for a week or a month or one day project, like planning an event, a seminar or conference, or occasional. Possible budget initiatives and projects are all part of those plans. So number two, standing plan. It means that is employed for action that repeatedly takes place over time. It is tended to make sure that an organization internal processes run smoothly. A plan like this considerable improves decision and making efficiency in routine decision. It is often created only one, although occasional changes are made to adapt of changing company demands, policy, practices, techniques, and rules and all part of standing plans. So, yun po. So that's all po. Thank you very much.